Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys about something today. Um, I one time fostered a child that was given to me through the state of Montana, and about 4 months ago, I decided to reach out and foster. And so I wasn't licensed or anything like that, and it just wasn't I wasn't done yet with any of my stuff, and they have references they check and blah 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 blah. And so anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about some of the painful experiences and some of the things that are going to get you caught up into it and how it's going to hurt at times and how it's going to affect your life. So I was at work one day. It was about 12 o'clock in the afternoon. And I got a phone call, and it was a call from the state of Montana, and they were like, "Hey, Aaron, like, how would you like to foster 8-year-old Stephanie?" And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting, because I don't have any of my stuff completed." And so I was like, "Well, yeah, I've been waiting forever for my whole life to do this." Like, so anyway, I picked her up at 4:30. Well, she got dropped off at my house, and from that very minute that that child comes into your home, it is gonna melt your heart. You're gonna want to do everything for that child as if it was your own. So I set out to do all the things that a normal parent would do, and so anyway, long story short, the foster care worker told me that if I wanted to, I could reach out to her cousin, who was probably about 35, 40, and the family. If the family chooses to talk to me, that's okay. You get supervised phone calls and blah 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 blah. Oh, and you have to take children to their visitations. You will meet the parents. So count on meeting the parents. It will happen every time. I at first was really anxious and didn't want to meet the parents, and then the second time around, I was like, "Well, they're actually kind of nice." And then, so anyway, long story short, me and the cousin met at the park and got to know each other, and she seemed to be really nice. She actually really liked me, approved of me, thought I was doing the right thing and taking care of her and stuff. And but here's the thing: so the child kept calling me dad, and so she was getting like, I kept saying, "No, I'm just your foster parent. I'm not your dad," and so even so, doing all the things that I should be doing and doing them right, this cousin literally, like, she caused me PTSD for the rest of my life. Like, she was saying the meanest shit to me out of nowhere one day. She was like, "I want to talk to you about stuff that's bothering me. Her calling you dad's fucking not okay. You're a effing weirdo," and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, "Oh, okay, so I'm so fucking weird, right?" And so, and back and forth, talking back and forth through text. We must have had like an hour conversation. I'm like, "Oh, no, no, you just got the wrong idea. I'm just super sensitive and I'm a little bit more emotional with children and blah, 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 blah," because of my own experiences. And I really had a painful life, as a child. And I wasn't abused or anything. I just had a lot of verbal abuse and a lot of different things that kind of, play a role in how I was with children, like listening to your children and just different things like that. So anyway, and then myself, you're an 8-year-old, so I felt like, picking her up at times wasn't a bad thing. Giving them love and affection in a home where they need it. If they're not getting that at home, or if they're in foster care and they need that some sort of connection or bond or whatever, or just some help. And so anyway, I would pick her up or make her reach things, like any normal kid would do when you're trying to help their autonomy. And so, anyway, long story short, I ended up giving her back to the state because it was so painful. I was about to have a meltdown. This meltdown lasted 3 weeks. It still affects me today. The first week, 4 days off. Couldn't even go to work. Couldn't function. I cried and cried and cried and cried and drunk and drunk and drunk and drunk. Lots of alcohol. It is going to mess with you. The second week was a little better. I actually met with one of the social workers for some support, and it actually really did help. Um, and at times, getting a counselor for something like this is extremely needed. And so I just want to pre-warn you guys what it's going to do to you at times. I chose to give her back. I didn't have to give her back. I chose to give her back based on this best interest of the child. That way she wasn't watching me have a meltdown, and I wasn't going through more pain than I have to go through, and I didn't want to go through it for 6 months. So, but anyway, guys, so yeah, it's definitely not an easy process, and if you're thinking about doing it, there's a lot to it. I sat down for 2 hours, did paperwork. Um, it is expensive because it's kind of like having your own. But anyway, you're just on an emotional aspect, you're gonna go through it. So anyway, guys, Hope you all the best. Good luck. And if you're strong enough to do it, best believe go for it. But if you're really a sensitive and emotional person and you get attached easily, or if you have attachment disorder, don't do it.